God. Why do I like sleeping so much? Huh?
It's just me, Jack.
Hey there, folks, and welcome back to the Gamer's Grotto. Tonight we're going to be playing some more of Autopsy Simulator. Where we last left off yesterday, we were examining a corpse of a murdered woman, and we found that our dead wife's wedding ring was inside the trachea of the woman that we were examining on the autopsy. So that's where we left off yesterday, so we're going to hop right back into this and play some more of Autopsy Simulator on the PS5.
Good afternoon.
Isn't it a bit early for you?
I missed our invigorating conversations. Has Stephen brought the body?
Yeah, the trolley's in the hall. Maybe wheeling it to the dissection room will be invigorating enough for you.
Huh. I've missed how friendly and helpful you are.
Yeah, that guy's just a ray of sunshine, isn't he? Alright, let's deal with this.
Start to work on this one. Focusing on something will do me some good.
Am I hearing running water? Yeah, there's definitely running water. Where's that coming from? Is that coming from his place? No. The bathroom? Okay. Anyway, yeah, let's just let's just deal with the trolley.
Christ, this one's heavy. Hey, Mr. Ridley, I need help. I can't lift this bag myself.
Yeah, you're expecting Mr. Ridley to help you. That's not happening.
Ridley!
At all.
Ugh, wasn't easy, but at least I can start.
Protective gloves.
A new package must have arrived. I guess Dorothy ordered it. I think I'll skip recording a video for the students today.
Good idea.
That was quick. Few days. Welcome back, Lowell.
Oh, hey, James, I just wanted to get this game finished because, like, I have a nasty habit of, you know, starting Let's Plays or live streams and then being like, oh, yeah, part 2 in a couple of days, and then I kind of forget about it. And this game, the story has me really invested, and I just want to get it done. I want to get it finished in its entirety so that we can go on to Indiana Jones in a couple of days. I kind of need that apron. I don't need to get bodily fluids all over me. Start the voice recorder lying on the desk. You didn't miss too much. You joined right near the beginning. You just missed me walking into the morgue.
Conducted by Dr. Jack
You joined at a good time. Look through the information provided in the police folder. Here we go.
Evans Jr.
Jesse
also known as
James.
Jesse. Age about
Okay.
30. Weight 130 kilograms. Height 180 centimeters. Evans had previously been convicted of possession of stolen goods, robberies, and drug trafficking. There were also attempts to accuse
Okay,
him
so
of leading a criminal
what? So he's just a criminal.
for burglaries in the New Orleans area. What? Burglaries in the New Orleans area?
Ooh.
This is...
This could be the guy that
Strange
stole that
coincidence.
ring from our apartment, and the money could be, theoretically. I mean, it's kind of presumptuous to say, oh, well, this is the guy that robbed my apartment, when it's just one guy who's robbed places in the New Orleans area. I'm sure there's like many more. It's just coincidence.
That the body was not even particularly hidden, but only covered with a thin layer of soil, branches, and leaves.
Did I miss anything with the drowned victim, what she died from in the ring?
No, so everything that you saw yesterday, no, it never went past that. He came into work today, he heard a weird noise outside of his wife whispering in his ear, and then he went inside, the security guard at the front desk said, hey, there's another body for you, and then we just kind of came into the morgue.
The body was found naked.
Or the morgue, the
clothes,
the autopsy room.
To the deceased.
Technically morgue, I guess.
Nearby.
What? That looks like a children's shoe. I don't know what you're talking about. That looks like a kid's shoe. That doesn't look like the shoe of him. Unless it's just flat. Oh, it's just flattened at the back. Okay. I thought that was a children's shoe.
The body was found inadvertently in the woods near Peetsville. The dogs picked up the scent while searching for a missing boy.
Okay.
The deceased's father, James Evans Sr., is a local businessman. He was the one who reported the disappearance. At the time of the report, his son hadn't been home for 3 days. Sounds disturbing. I wonder what condition the body is in then.
I'm scared to look. Given what the previous bodies states have been in, this is probably going to be even worse. Yeah, he's got no head.
Fuck. I didn't
Jesus.
This level of mutilation. This is going
what
to
the
be a dirty job. I'll check through the bag the police left.
Wait a minute. Are my Okay, my sensor is on. So he's got no dick then. Okay, it's been cut off. Okay, good to know. Lay the contents of the bag on the table. Contents of what bag? Oh, okay.
Maybe there will be something worth noting about the victim's clothes. Leather belt. You can see that it's been serving its owner for a long time. Plain cotton t-shirt. Classic jeans. Well, dirty and torn.
Oh, okay, that's his personal effects. That's the clothing that he had on. I guess the cops removed it?
Traces of blood and plasma. It could have been used to stop or reduce bleeding. Is this?
What? Finish your sentence.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if there were real-life autopsies like this where they get a body with no head.
Oh, guaranteed. Freaking-teed. Especially with all the maniacs in, like, the world. I was going to say the U.S., but that's kind of unfair to the U.S. The world, I should say. Even though this does technically take place in the U.S. It takes place in New Orleans. Is there nothing else to examine on here, I guess? No? Alright.
Interesting. Most of the blood is visible around the neckline.
Yeah.
After decapitation, I would expect a larger stain, reaching much further.
That's true. So then that would mean that this shirt was put on him after he was decapitated?
Mainly traces of soil. It's a bit like the perpetrators pulled his shirt over his head.
Oh.
I think I seen a real-life autopsy like this once online. Very disturbing stuff.
I didn't know they did autopsies online. That is kind of disturbing anyway.
There's something stuck here. It looks like some kind of
scale.
Scale?
Yeah, it's a snake.
This could point to an animal being responsible.
Well, I don't want to say a snake. That looks like a crocodile scale, actually. All right. So what do we got now?
The blood
Pants.
stains don't appear to be related to any injuries on the body. The deceased must have been unclothed before he was injured.
Oh my
A
God.
lighter, engraved with the police insignia. It looks somehow... it's probably a coincidence.
For a partner in crime. Okay.
Traces of dirt mixed with blood and rubbed leaf litter. Evans must have been crawling, or was dragged along the ground.
We're not. What? We're not done yet? Is there something else that I missed on the pants? Oh yeah. Another snake.
Here,
Another scale.
Another animal souvenir. It looks different than the previous one. The only thing I can tell from the clothes is that before his death, Evans had either put up quite a fight, or the attackers simply dragged him along the ground for a long distance. In turn...
No, I was on Instagram just scrolling and I saw this video of a guy doing an autopsy in a morgue with a body with stab wounds all over to that.
That must be a fake video, dude. They don't. They
seem too different.
I feel like they can't.
I reported it, of course. I hate how Instagram does that.
I feel like that may have been just a clip
The guy suffered
from like a movie or something, because
not only were the police
it's
needed on site,
a violation of confidentiality to record
they had a hard time
autopsies
Did the impact kill him?
of murdered victims and place it on social media. That's,
They even talked about it on the news.
you can't do that.
That some reptile would just come out of their can and grab him.
Locate the nature
Okay,
atlas
the
in
book.
the office. Go to lab and compare the scales. The book contains historical perspective, bite mark recognition, description of the bite mark, collection of bite mark evidence, research, collection of evidence from the suspect, methods of comparison, the reports, prevention and contamination, legal considerations in the courtroom. What? That is the worst English I've ever. That looks like it was written by an AI. What? That was the worst description I've ever heard of any book. That was not English. That was just jumbled sentences, jumbled words. All right. Let's go to the lab and use our wonderfully written book to figure out what scales those are from. Oh, this is not the lab. What? Hi?
Who is this?
It's nobody, bro. You're either going insane or this place is haunted. I'm gonna say number one. I'm gonna say you're going crazy. Alright, go to lab and compare the scales. I'm in the lab. Oh, I just put down the book here. Okay.
All right.
Well, it's definitely not a zebra, because zebras don't have scales. Can we stop yawning? We got work to do, sir.
Local wildlife. I bet I'll find something here.
What am I doing? Oh, I just have to... Okay.
Not this area, but who knows? Nile crocodile.
That's it.
Formerly worshipped as a god in ancient Egypt, and today just by kids at the zoo.
I think that's it.
Nah.
Oh.
This one here looks more like a...
It was a real-life autopsy. I seen a lot of horrific stuff online.
Yes. This turtle turned out to be a killer. He ripped off the guy's wrist and tore
Alright, so what about this? Alligator Mississippianus.
Oh,
That's
that
it,
was
yeah.
quick.
Okay.
I wouldn't expect anything else.
So let's grab this scale. This is going to be from this.
No way.
Yeah.
I would expect something local.
Nile
I
crocodile.
don't remember hearing of an animal escaping from the zoo. So, Either someone donned in crocodile products was around the deceased, or one of them attacked him. I'll examine the body and take
Actually,
photos.
no, hold on.
Traces.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Because voodoo murders were very typical in New Orleans back in the 1990s and 1980s, and they would have worn crocodile masks. So technically, these scales could... Obviously, it's not a crocodile that attacked him.
Christ. Why am I so tired? Some coffee would be nice.
It's a voodoo murder.
What was I supposed to...
Voodoo ritual.
The pictures. I'll have to show them to Dorothy. Too bad that we no longer keep our ranking. With something like that, I would come out on top. There's been a case like this for a long, long time.
Well, this guy definitely ain't having a open casket that would horrific to the family.
They can just take a Barbie head off of a doll and just shove it on. Could you imagine? It's just like some woman's head. The family's like, wait a minute, something seems off here. Alright, take a general photo of the deceased.
Alright, I'll begin. The deceased's skin is smooth and taut. This suggests an advanced stage of decomposition of the corpse.
Well, I think the big key piece of evidence would be this,
No
perhaps?
head. That's not hard to miss.
Yeah. I don't think it is either. Is that metal pole sticking out of it? What the hell is that? Is that supposed to be the bone? It looks like a pole.
It's unlikely that a human would make such a wound.
You never know.
Nasty. Such a wound could not have occurred during the victim's lifetime.
Well, I would hope so. His feet were bound together because
There are
that's...
also clear traces of the deceased ankles being bound in
Yep.
some way.
Yeah. This looks more and more like it was a ritual to me. I mean, a murder, of course. Am I supposed to take a photo of that? No. Wrists are bound together.
Evans couldn't have tied himself.
I was gonna say how you gonna do a autopsy when the guy has no head, but I guess you can.
Oh, that doesn't matter. That definitely doesn't matter. Oh, well, that's definitely marks of a crocodile bite.
Oh, and as expected.
But that doesn't mean that a crocodile bit him. That could just be one of their freaking masks.
This wound appears to have been made by a sharp instrument.
Knife. What am I missing here? I swore I grabbed everything. Oh, wait. You're highlighting something here.
Interesting. This needs to be investigated further.
Okay. I don't know what that last picture was of,
I
but...
need to gather my thoughts together. And look at these photos. It seems that this case will have to be divided into several threads. I wonder whether the decapitation took place before or after death. To check. I have some suspicions about these marks. Like torn meat. But I can't tell from the photo what animal did this. The work of animals can be seen here. The question is which ones.
Yeah, no, this is not animals. I don't know why he keeps saying that. I hate the one thing that I hate about the PS5 is that if you have a LAN cable plugged into your PS5 with your router, it constantly brings up a message: LAN cable connected, LAN cable connected, LAN cable connected, over and over and over and over and over. And Sony has not fixed that since day one when the PS5 came out. It's fucking annoying. And it's really tiresome when you're trying to play a game and you're just getting these pop-up fucking messages all the time saying LAN cable
I can
connected.
see a croc ripping your head off but not do that much damage to your body.
Take the picture. I was gonna say take a picture of the picture. Take the picture of.
This looks very promising. The bite is clearly visible. It should be easy to compare with the encyclopedia. And
Large the photo with the fax machine.
I can never remember whether it was image up or image down. At university, I didn't have facility. Ah, fantastic. Just some tracing paper, a pencil, and I can check these in the encyclopedia.
Use tracing paper in your office for further examination.
Now, did I leave them in a drawer? Or maybe a box somewhere? Ugh. I don't remember if I left them out somewhere.
I'm always looking, catch myself looking in these doors, because all the time he's always seeing weird shit. And I never want to miss any of the ghosts or whatever the hell he's seeing. Why is it so dark in here? Okay, well, whatever. Is that the tracing paper?
No. Looks like I can tidy up after myself. Sometimes.
Not at home, apparently, because your house looks like it was never cleaned a day in your life. Use tracing paper in your office for further examination.
A very, nature-driven case so far. I'll have to consult the encyclopedia again. Good thing Dorothy left it here. Otherwise, I would have had to run back to my place to get some.
Okay. So we got that. I don't think we need that anymore. Use the atlas to compare the bite marks. I'm assuming we're going back to the lab. I'm going to close this door, just because if we're getting any ghost activity, or whatever the hell it is that we're getting, it's going to be easy to detect it if the door just, randomly opens. Okay.
I would be concerned.
Oh, that's
if it was
totally
this
wrong.
Crocodile that killed him.
No, there's no ridge. This might be it.
That
Yep.
makes sense.
Mississippi.
This would also explain the mold found in the clothes. It turns out that some of the wounds can be safely blamed on local alligators. However, we cannot blame them for the decapitation.
Oh, I never thought of that, actually. No, that makes sense. So, okay, so then it was an alligator bite. So likely they dumped the corpse into, like, or it was near some swamplands or something like that. That makes sense now. That actually does make sense. So it's not voodoo related. It's just the crocodile was near where his remains were left and wanted to eat it. Inspect the areas of concern with a magnifying glass. Boom, 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 boom.
Look for other traces using a magnifying glass.
There we
It
go.
doesn't look good. Evans wasn't decapitated with one cut.
Okay.
Several stab wounds of varying depth and circumference. Mississippi alligator. It's strange that an alligator would leave such a clear and smooth mark. The result of an animal tearing at its body, eaten skin, soft tissues, and genitals. There are even some teeth marks, but, well, it doesn't look like an alligator. The bite is firmly incorporated into the wound. A photo alone won't
What?
help me here. I need to make a cast and compare it.
Wait, so are you saying that the other bite marks aren't from an alligator? So what the hell was biting on him? A
It's worth taking a
person?
closer look at this. Maybe there will be some remaining teeth marks.
Okay, so we have to do casts of the wounds for sure. That's just a standard.
The imprints are quite deep and even. From the looks of it, I'd say Evans was restrained with his own belt.
Okay. That actually kind of makes
Evans'
sense.
right side must have been more attractive to the crocs and insects. Very strong binding marks. You can see peeled epidermis and small wounds.
Oh.
It looks like the killer might have missed before they finally hit the neck.
Okay.
There's no end to playing zoologist today.
Alright. Search the lab for the silicone dispensing
I
gun.
need a tool with dental impression cement. Can I find it here? No. It's probably lying somewhere around in the lab. I hope the cement hasn't expired.
Right where it is highlighted.
After the due date. That could be worse.
Oh, looks like a caulking gun. Alright. Create a cast of the bite marks around the groin. Oh, okay.
Now I need to cover the bite area. Wait until it hardens. I think it's ready.
Are we boring you, sir?
The
Seems like you're
cast
falling
looks
asleep.
Quite contaminated from the other wounds in that area.
That's...
Well, let's hope
It's a
the
crocodile.
turns out better.
Take the appropriate tool from the suitcase to take an imprint of the bite mark.
Brush, ink, and paper. Similar to taking fingerprints.
Approach the tray with the cast on it. What? What? What tray? Oh. We just put everything on the tray? Is that what you're saying? Oh. That was very badly written.
Paint over the area. And put a piece of paper on it.
Okay. Use the fax machine.
Strange. I'll run it through the fax and check it on the computer.
It's a crocodile.
Don't wanna believe what I'm seeing.
It's the same bloody crocodile that likely chewed at his stomach. I mean, it's nice to be thorough. He's being very thorough with the investigation, but it's kind of unneeded. Like you kind of know what it is. That's not a human bite mark. Oh, I guess we use the computer.
Ugh. What? Wow. This is, well, this is quite unexpected. Human teeth. Oh, fuck.
Oh,
I need to
what?
talk to Stephen.
Human teeth. That is kind of disturbing, actually. I thought it was going to be crocodile. What the shit, man? Somebody bit off his dick? That was unexpected. Alright, is this our one? Oh my god, come on. Why is that not coming? It's not even matching up. No, that's not it. This might be... Yep. I think that's it. Really? Huh. Alright, so let's try the last one then.
Correctly.
Oh. I think that's it. Because it's not overlapping. Okay.
It'll take a while.
Alright. Oh, we gotta do every teeth. That's definitely not it. Nope. That's it.
Loading. It'll probably take a while.
And the final set of teeth. That is totally wrong. This might be it. That's definitely it. Alright.
Loading. It'll probably take a while. Finally. What? The partial impression I have may match several people. Okay, this one is in prison, so he's out. Another in prison. No, here's someone with...
Incarcerated.
quite interesting tendencies. Oh, he's dead. It doesn't fit. This one doesn't either. I'm afraid this will remain a mystery. The killer's profile is getting more and more interesting.
Can I look at this?
I wasn't sure it would amount to anything, but the World Wide Web has been a blessing for speeding
No.
up my work.
Alright, okay, so the only person who would have been is a cannibal, but he's dead. So that doesn't make any sense either.
I'm going back to the body. I need to make a note before I start the dissection.
Alright, highlight the previously found wounds on the clipboard mannequin.
You can see
Bam,
that the two
bam,
they look quite-
bam.
Torn tissue. This wound turned out to be more.
Is that all the wounds? I guess it is. Alright, possible causes of death. Well, no head
For
would be...
obvious reasons, I record decapitation as the cause of... I need to verify how deep these wounds go. If the alligators rarely kill humans. The perfect breeding ground for larvae. Fortunately, the deceased doesn't care about it, just like we do now. The abdominal and genital area are supplied with plenty of blood. If the penis was bitten off while he was alive, Evans could have bled to death. Man. I was hoping for an easier case.
Alright,
Time for internal analysis.
select the scalpel
First of
and...
all, I'll try to determine whether death occurred, but with the scalpel, I'll open the deceased's chest. I cut deep, in a straight line, avoiding the navel.
It looks like you almost cut into the navel there.
We see a lot of fat tissue under the skin. When I remove the ribs, I expect to see even more fat on the organs. Correct. High levels of internal fat, organ size above average due to obesity. I move on to the lung analysis. The deceased smoked, and this is the culprit. Well, it didn't look like the holes were that deep. Such hemorrhage could have been caused by hitting the chest with a blunt object, or a puncture directly affecting the organ. They appear to be of different depths. The cross-section is uneven.
Dark tarry lesions in the lungs, smoker's lungs. Alright. Mark the damage to the lungs.
Pneumothorax should be added to this. The deceased could have experienced extreme hypoxia, and, as a result, obstructive shock.
4 shallow holes in the left upper lobe, 2 in the upper part of the lung, and 2 near the oblique fissure. The deceased was struck 7 times with a sharp instrument, penetrating the chest. 6 stabs disrupted the continuity of lung tissue, resulting in life-threatening damage.
I wonder what the heart looks like then.
We're gonna throw analysis of the heart.
The organ is enlarged with very clear...
Why is it all
yellow
white?
Traces of... But similarly to the lungs, there is a trace of puncture with a sharp object. In pneumothorax, the heart rate increases. In the event of such a wound, this would mean bleeding out faster and more. In turn, a sudden increase in the amount of fluid in the pericardial cavity could lead to cardiac tamponade, which is also a life-threatening condition.
The heart is very fatty, no signs of heart attack. Mark the damage to the heart. Yeah, maybe I should pay attention to that. A shallow wound piercing the left atrium of the heart from below. Is that the only damage?
Evans,
Oh, okay.
however, is remarkably clean, considering this turn of events.
A deep heart wound penetrating the left atrium near the left pulmonary vein. Mechanical injury to the heart muscle. Stab wound that disrupts its proper functioning.
This all looks quite disturbing. I wonder if I'll find anything on the liver.
Well, the liver already looks
organ is
fucked.
fatty and enlarged.
Yeah.
The beginnings of cirrhosis are obvious. Well, that's it. This time, nothing to write home about.
The organ is fatty with early signs of cirrhosis. A mild state of the disease with no impact on the deceased's death.
So, I proceed to carefully...
Fun fact is that 99% of Americans have fatty livers and have the beginnings of cirrhosis. Anytime you eat at fast food restaurants and stuff like that, you're pretty much signing your own death warrant.
Like most other organs, it is fatty and clearly enlarged, not to mention swollen, partially due to gases, but mainly due to the deceased's lifestyle.
Enlarged stomach with no external signs of damage. Well, that's good.
I take the organ to the cutting board. The outside is intact. I'm going to check the contents.
Okay, so we're gonna cut open the stomach and see what garbage he ate. And I'm assuming, based on the fact that he has a fatty liver and his heart was covered in fat, that he probably didn't eat well. What the fuck?
Evans had to swallow it due to his injuries, which means he was still alive when he was brutally wounded in the chest.
Hookie dookie. Stomach walls intact, no signs of bleeding inside the organ. Clots of undigested blood in the stomach contents, which most likely flowed down the upper gastrointestinal tract.
Only the trachea left to be examined. Surprisingly, it's not damaged by the decapitation.
Are we going to find another wedding ring in this thing? The trachea is free from wounds and mechanical damage.
I move on to cutting it open. Okay. I carefully cut, and... blood, just as I expected. Evans not only swallowed it, but also choked on it.
So I wonder if that could have been what killed him.
Looks like I can wrap this up.
He probably died before the decapitation, if that's the case.
Let me tie this together.
Opening the trachea revealed deposits of blood and clots.
After he was abducted...
I was trying to read that, damn it!
He was dealt several penetrating blows to the chest. Then his head was cut off. Evans was deprived of his genitals, and the body served as an easy meal for the animals.
Exsanguination? Suffocation with blood. No? Decapitation? Okay.
Even though there are a lot of injuries in the body that could cause death,
At least it tells you.
decapitation that ended
Otherwise I'd be here for the rest of my night. The night. The deceased died as a result of decapitation. The examination revealed a number of peri-mortem injuries to the body and organs, lungs and heart, as well as large blood loss with no signs of bleeding in the body.
From the small amount of blood in the stomach and trachea. I never thought I'd ever wish someone to have a heart attack, but in this case, it would have been better for him.
So he died
Some way,
when his head
it can
got
be
cut
said with
off.
certainty that James Evans was murdered.
Yeah. I mean, that much was obvious. Alright. Signature. John Doe. I wish you could, like... Nah, see... I might as well just scribble nonsense, because they give you so little... There's my signature. Perfect. I look like a doctor. They don't give you the writing, especially on console. Maybe it would work better if you had a computer, but on console it's really hard to write anything without it making it look like a 2-year-old wrote it. Alright. Close the body.
Bothering me. Something's not right here. Because even now, the organs are relatively clean. The skin around wounds also. It's like... someone pumped it out? Christ. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I'll leave these questions for the police to solve.
Alright.
Now, I get to head home.
Happy, happy, joy, joy. Let's go home to, like, where all the craziness is happening.
Taking long walks in the forest for the near future.
Are we just gonna leave the computer on?
And with just one body.
Alright, whatever. I'll leave it up to the security guard who never leaves his desk to turn off.
Good night, Mr. Ridley. The body's ready to be picked up.
Sure. Good night.
Wow, he actually said goodnight.
I think it's the first time in a long time that I finished work at a decent hour. I'll get home and... What? I can't believe what I'm seeing.
What? What were you looking at? Oh, are my tires popped?
Come on, fuck. When did I get a flat tire? What the fuck?
All my tires, or just the one?
Come on, this is
It's
impossible.
literally every tire.
What's this supposed to mean? Why is this happening?
Every tire was
Someone is
punctured.
messing with me again. Oh. Fuck. I'm going to Ridley's. Maybe he saw something.
I mean, there's a screwdriver right beside the tire, so obviously it's somebody who has access to tools and this building. And the only one in here besides myself is the security guard, who treats me like shit already anyway. So I'm pretty sure the culprit of this particular tire popping is Mr. Ridley.
Ridley, do you know what happened to my car?
What happened to your car?
All the tires are fucking flat.
Well, it happens. Don't you have a spare in the trunk?
Spare ones in the trunk. No one carries 4 fucking extra tires in the trunk.
Jesus, Hanman, calm down. I'll call you a taxi.
Calm down. That's a bit of an exaggeration, don't you think? Have you seen anyone around here? Someone strange? Suspicious?
Except you? No.
Haha, funny. I don't find all these jokes amusing, you know.
What jokes? Hanman, what's wrong with you? It's just tires.
Such things are not a coincidence. What's wrong with me? Things keep happening. Last week, and now this?
Just go wait for the taxi, okay? Fresh air would do you good. Neither you nor I will do anything about it now.
Neither you nor I will do anything? What have you been doing all day? Surely something like this can't just be overlooked.
Maybe you should go outside and cool down. I'm calling a taxi.
Cool down.
He's awfully, calm about the entire thing. I don't mean my character. My character's going crazy. But I mean, Mr. Ridley's just like, when you first come in and you say, yo, my tires are all popped, he's like, I'll call you a taxi. It's almost like...
I just want to sleep.
It's almost like he's guilty. What? I didn't see the taxi there. I guess it was outside. Chapter 4. The next day.
It would be easier just to move in and live here.
Yeah, let's live in the coffin.
Huh? Hello?
What the fuck? That looked like Mr. Ridley, honestly, because he had a tool belt. that was not a ghost. Whoever that was definitely not a ghost. Because they didn't phase out of existence, they literally went back here and hopped the fence. It'd be different if they, like, phased into the shed or something like that. Then I would say, yeah, that was a ghost. But that was not a ghost. And it looks like somebody... Yeah, it looks like somebody is breaking into the place, which actually makes sense given all the weird shit we've been seeing, and the fact that our tires were popped the previous night. So maybe it's that dude who killed our wife. And Mr. Ridley's still here, right? Yeah, it's not him. Okay, so that wasn't Mr. Ridley then.
Damn. It's already late in the evening. Good evening. Any news for me? About my car? You know, the flat tires?
No.
No, what? Have you checked the cameras? Anything?
Hanman, I cut my teeth working in prison. I know what to do.
What?
There were no strangers hanging around. Maybe you ran over something.
What? All the tires?
Why, possibly. You can congratulate yourself.
Christ.
You should try sleeping more. You've been kind of out of it lately.
That's the first bit of sense you've made all evening.
Good. The body is expected to be ready for pickup tonight, along with your lecture.
What? What did no one...
You still pontificating? Best hurry, don't you think?
I find it funny that he says that, oh, you probably just ran over, something and popped all 4 tires, when we saw that there was somebody literally running out of the parking lot. So.
Oh, fuck me. I don't have the strength for this today. Have I taken my pills today? Did I take it? Or, one more won't hurt. I need to focus.
One more won't hurt. That's the signs of a drug addict if I've ever heard them.
Okay.
One more pill won't hurt? Yeah, no.
One, Jack.
Why not?
Take it easy.
Just take them all. Just dump the entire bottle down your throat.
Oh, a burning issue indeed. Then I'll move on to the body. Ah, shit. The lecture. I almost forgot. This is making me nervous.
Camera from the storage room. No weird shit in here, right? No? Alright, good. Nothing? Nothing outside staring at me? Alright.
Oh well. This is not the best framing. Hello, everyone. It's
Okay.
the 20... something of November
The 20-something.
1981. Jack
What a great
Hanman is
lecturer.
conducting the autopsy. So, I appear to be missing my gloves and... Yes, you already know the drill. So, the body is on the slab. Let's see what the police uncovered first.
This guy was burnt alive. It's very obvious. And murdered. Because why else would he be tied up? Alright.
So, the victim is from yesterday's apartment block fire on Browner Street. Personal details unknown. The exact cause of the fire has not yet been determined. However, it is known that the fire started in the deceased's apartment, where the most damage was reported. The body was not found until the next morning. The tenant was naked, charred, and with severe burns. The owner of the apartment asked about the deceased. He was surprised anyone even lived there. The deceased was sitting in an armchair near the TV. Pieces of pornographic material, an ashtray, melted video cassettes, and several bottles of so-called poppers were found in the vicinity. It's difficult to assess whether any escape attempts were made.
What is this writing? That's the cops writing. Body was found on the scribble, scribble, scribble. The use. I can't even read the rest of that. That's like my doctor's writing. What the hell? All right.
Firefighters indicated that it was probably the large quantity of poppers found near the deceased and rapid spread of the fire. Well, that's our basic question. Whether the death occurred as a result of fire, or whether he was dead before it.
Okay.
As you can see, the body is in quite an unusual pose. For the purpose of photographic documentation, we'll leave it like that for now. This position is called the pugilistic attitude. This is due to the influence of high temperature on the muscles.
Find marks on the body to photograph. What do we got?
The fire reaches the skin first, then the soft tissue, until the skeletal muscles are exposed. Coagulation occurs in exposed muscles due to their fibers shrinking.
It's a good thing that sensor bar shows on the photos as well.
The extensors yield to the force of the flexors.
Oh.
The muscles contract and contract until the limbs become flexy and deformed.
Is there any stuff behind I'm supposed to, The feet? What am I missing here?
Hi, man.
Hey, man, how you doing?
The upper ones are characterized by
Playing
triple
part
band.
2 of Autopsy Simulator. I figured I want to get this game entirely out of its way for my Indiana Jones live stream next week. What are you highlighting there, sir? The teeth? The head? What are we doing? What is it? I don't know what I'm supposed to be taking a picture of here. Hello?
Jesus is what is this, a mummy now?
No.
Sea of Thieves.
Probably tonight, man. I mean, not right now, obviously. This is a dude who was murdered. He was bound naked in an apartment and then lit on fire. Hey, nobody ever said this game was not gory. I mean, we're ripping people open, and they're all murdered victims. So, yeah. And then on top of that, there's horror in the game. So, you know, there's that too. There's ghosts and all that shit. So this game is pretty much Crazy. I don't understand. It wants me to take... Oh.
Just 10 minutes will do it. 10 minutes for the muscles and tendons to contract like a steak on the grill.
You're still highlighting something there. I don't understand what I'm supposed to be taking a picture of, though. The teeth. It's got to be the teeth, I would think. Because, I mean, that is kind of suspicious how his teeth are just, you know, perfectly fine. Well, I guess not suspicious. It's just a bit strange. No? What the hell are we taking a picture of? Is it the back of his skull? I don't understand. No, it can't be, because it's not even highlighting it. So it's got to be the front. It's something on the front of his face. It's got to be the teeth.
It's
I don't know.
so sad knowing this happens daily. I can't imagine dying this way.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. This kind of happened to so my old apartment that I moved out of, the high-rise apartment. The first year that I lived there, the guy right next to me was an older guy. He was like in his like 70s, 80s. He fell asleep with his stove on and burned alive. And I remember because we got evacuated, like my apartment got evacuated by the fire department, obviously. And then management had to put us up in a hotel, a dog-friendly hotel, obviously, for my dog. And we stayed there, and we stayed there for, I think, 3 days, and it was covered by management. While the police and forensics and everybody did an investigation into the apartment next to mine as to how the guy died. And it turned out that what I heard by management, because I asked them when I came back, I'm like, so did you guys figure out what happened? And they're like, yeah, he fell asleep with not the stove, the oven on. And I guess a fire happened.
That's awful.
Yeah, no, it was pretty shocking, I would say. I wasn't exactly sad about it, but I was shocked. And that was the only time that I ever had a fire in that building. The rest of the times when you hear the fire alarms, if you watch any of my previous streams or whatever, you hear the fire alarms going off. That's just little kids pulling the fire alarms, or just idiots and drug addicts. So glad to be out of there, man. Because I don't have to deal with that anymore. I don't have to deal with fire alarms going off as I'm trying to stream or sleep or whatever. I don't understand. Like, this has got to be what we're supposed to take a picture of, but it's not. It's not letting me take a picture of it. It's got to be the teeth. What else can it possibly be? It's not going to be the nose. It's not going to be the eyes. I've pretty much highlighted his entire head at this point. So I don't know if the game's glitching here, or what's going on. But it's not letting me take a picture of anything. And I can't proceed until I take that final picture. Can I put these on the board right now? No. So I have to take that final picture. And unfortunately, unless I have to be at a specific angle, maybe.
You gotta have balls of steel to work to do this kind of job. I would have nightmares every night if I worked at a morgue doing autopsies.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, just this game alone, like, I mean, I was telling friends that I was going to be streaming Autopsy Simulator yesterday, and they're like,
In
Oh.
the end, we're all just walking meat.
It's just the forehead? Okay. Well, I'm glad I figured out what it was, so I didn't have to restart. Okay, so, yeah, no, and I was telling friends, you know, I'm streaming Autopsy Simulator, and they're like, who the hell plays those kind of games? I'm like, I don't know, me, I guess.
The deceased must now be straightened out, and we need to get rid of these bindings.
Remove the ropes binding the cadaver.
He looks to have been tied up. The deceased's neck and feet were most likely secured to his hands, and these were probably tied in front, at around the crotch level. Which explains why, despite the severe burns, the deceased's limbs are not all that twisted. That's better. It's easier to straighten him now, without taking out the magnifying glass.
Just this is disturbing, and it's a game. It's probably 10 times worse in real life.
Yeah, it's funny. So this game was made by Team17, who is... I'm trying to think of... I know the company. I'm just trying to think of what other games they did. I can't remember. I know they've been working on games since like the fucking PS2 and PS3. And they did say that for this game they kind of went all out, and they consulted forensic pathologists to help them ensure authenticity of the game.
As for the other details,
This is probably one of the most realistic autopsy type games I've ever played. I mean, I used to think that what's it called? The Mortician's Assistant, or whatever, that horror game that I played on the channel, where you worked as an autopsy dude as well, or girl rather, but the entire morgue was haunted, and it was randomly generated ghost events and everything like that. That was more horror based. This is more like, I don't want to say it's a simulator, despite it being called Autopsy Simulator, because there's a lot of horror elements into this. So, and it's more story based, right? So
front teeth. One of the incisors is broken.
It's not really an autopsy simulator, despite the name. I feel like the name of the game is a misinterpretation, because this game at its heart is a horror game.
The rope around the neck wasn't very tight.
I almost wonder, did they actually go to a morgue, watch an autopsy, and scan what we are seeing?
No. Scan? What do you mean scan? No, this is all CGI. This is all computer graphics.
This is primarily the front of the deceased that was exposed to fire.
I mean, people said that when The Last of Us Part 2 came out, I remember people were saying to Neil Druckmann, they said, oh, because the gunshot wounds when you shot people were so realistic, did they say, so they started this, there's a rumor spread saying that he went to a morgue and he was identifying gunshot victims, and then he actually came out and said, what are you talking about? I never went to a morgue and studied gunshot victims. It's like, but in this case, they did confirm on their website that they did, in fact, consult forensic pathologists for the authenticity of the game.
Deep and clearly visible.
Which, honestly, hats off to them, because like that's a smart thing to do. If you're making
I took pics of the bodies and added them in the game, but made it G looking.
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Extremely burned area.
I don't know. It's hard to say. I think this game is just using. I think the reason the game is realism, or English. I think the reason this game is realistic is because it's probably using Unreal Engine 5, maybe. I'm not entirely sure what engine they're using, but actually, I think it might be Unity. I don't remember. It's one of those engines, anyway.
Ankles was tied much tighter and more precisely than the one around his wrists. All in all, quite a lot can be deduced from this external examination.
Highlight previously found wounds on the clipboard. So we got...
Yeah, I imagine they're not real people. The families would never agree, which I don't blame them.
Loosely tied. However,
Oh yeah, no, this is all fictionalized. It's all based on true cases, but I mean they're not.
The length of the rope was calculated.
The way around that. So LA Noire did the same thing. All of the cases in the game LA Noire were based off of actual cases from the 1930s and 1940s. The creators of LA Noire back then were stating that they went and got old case files from the LAPD from the 1930s and 1940s, and then they based all the cases off of those. And all they really did was change the names of the people. So, as an example, LA Noire used real cases from the 1930s and 40s that the LAPD investigated and just changed the names of the people involved so that they, you're then protecting the privacy. And generally that's the way around that. If you're making a video game and want it based in reality, all you really need to do is change the names, make fictional names of people, so that you're not implicating or crediting certain people who were involved in the actual quote-unquote case. Now, in the case of this, obviously the names are all fake, but I mean, as was determined in yesterday's playthrough or live stream, that one case involving the woman in the water treatment cooler thing, that's an actual case. I know for a fact, because I remember hearing about that case. Highlight the previously found wounds on the clipboard. I thought I did. Is there one more that I didn't get? Oh.
The eye clenched. Soot in the nose appears when inhaling harmful and choking smoke.
Okay. Wait, 9 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm missing one. Is it the mouth?
The tissue of the mouth was heavily burned as well. The teeth, however, the extent of the thermal stresses on the body could have caused this death.
Death is a result of thermal burns, heart attack. Well, yeah.
Genitals and groin are an additional concussive factor. This is due to the high vascularity and innervation of this area. In this case, I don't assume that this was a delayed death. The mixture of fear, sexual arousal, and drugs could have caused a heart attack. It may seem incidental, but for us it's a sign that the deceased was most certainly conscious. We need to check the damage inhaling all that smoke has done to the respiratory tract. Perhaps the deceased lost a tooth attempting to bite through the rope. I will assess the extent of possible poisoning and burning in a moment. First, I'll try to establish the victim's identity.
Oh, yeah, because he was listed as John Doe, so we're gonna have to do...
His teeth aren't a part of the findings. They look good for someone who got burned alive.
You can probably guess what options we are left with.
But that's the thing.
A dental impression.
That's how we're identifying him, though. We're going to cast his...
For a moment. What I need should be somewhere in the lab.
Okay, so we're doing that's probably why they made in the game. I mean, that's probably why they made the teeth so visible, right?
Maybe in this drawer. Oh, I'll warm this up in my hands.
So now we make a cast of his teeth. It's part of the script, is what I'm saying. That's why his teeth were so
quite simple.
In good shape.
Trays with alkanate into the mouth and press them together in one firm movement until you feel significant resistance. Once the devices have been placed... apologies. They cannot be adjusted.
Do I just remove it now?
Okay. Again, we will need a piece of paper, a brush, and ink. We will make a plaster model of the deceased's teeth from the obtained impression. We will then make an impression of the mold on a piece of paper, which will be scanned into the computer.
Alright. So, we need to put down our mold and brush it.
You see,
probably specifically this area.
So simple and yet laborious.
Because realistically, we only need the bottom half of the teeth. We don't need the top half.
On the plus side, we don't have to worry about the gag reflex with the deceased. And no need to remind the subject to breathe either. At least he saved the high cost of orthodontic treatment.
Haha, that's funny. Alright, use the fax machine to scan the bite marks.
Wow. Who would have expected a match so soon? Well,
Oh,
the
wow.
deceased
Richard Jacobson.
Richard Jacobson.
American Caucasian male.
He had a criminal record and was recently in court for
Charged with a felony for not returning a VHS tape.
to the rental shop.
Really?
Jesus.
That's crazy.
Check if I've still got that copy of. Where were we?
He spent sentenced to 1 year in prison for not returning a rented VHS tape. That's crazy. So what a career criminal this guy was.
Okay, I'll add some details to the clipboard.
Right. Return to the autopsy.
Okay, and we can move on to dissecting the body. This time, I'll go straight for the loppers. Let me start here. I push hard several times. Until I cut a given section. You can see that using a scalpel would be pointless here.
So the reason he's doing this and not the scalpel, because the body is so badly charred that a scalpel would not be able to cut it open properly. So we're using the loppers to cut open the body properly, because the skin is too badly charred.
Now we peel back the skin. Now to remove the ribs. And we can check out what's going on in here. And I see that a lot has happened. In fact, the entire abdominal cavity is flooded. Blood and other fluids have seeped from the blood vessels, flooding the abdomen and chest areas. We have to get rid of this. I'll go get a cup or a ladle.
A ladle? That's going to take forever. If you're trying to drain all the bodily fluids from that, that's going to take... Unless the ladle's like...
I saw one somewhere here.
Such an organized guy. I don't know. I work here. I don't know where anything is.
Right. I'm going to need...
It's crazy how people can't survive being burned alive, and I know a lot who did.
Well, it depends on the burn
properly in this damn mortuary.
and how severe it is.
I'm gonna get Ridley. I wonder where this pump is. Probably in the basement.
Hi, Ridley. I need a pump, you
Mr.
motherfucker.
Ridley? Mr. Ridley?
Of course.
Go to the basement and check.
Where the hell's he at? Is he sleeping in the coffin?
Jeez. I don't know what the basement is for. Rusty scrap.
I still want to know why there's all these boot marks on the doors. It's a bit weird. Like, Are they just kicking the doors shut? I don't know.
Where is this?
I follow someone who got burned alive as a baby and got 100% burned head to toe and survived, though he's blind and has no gums. It's H.
Oh, there's our pump. Take the pump back to the autopsy room.
Accident here one day.
Did I just hear somebody?
When she twisted her ankle on those stairs.
Hello?
We were supposed to go to the mountains then.
Is anybody here?
Oh, I don't know how long. I had so much work on my mind.
I'm gonna go look on the side window and see if Mr. Ridley just fell asleep. Let's see. Oh, what? He's in there now. Okay. He must have went to the bathroom.
And Alice.
Okay.
Hanman.
Because of me. As always, she had to...
Hanman, are you talking to yourself or what?
Huh? What? No, I just...
There is a letter for you. I left it on your desk.
Letter? For me?
Yes. Letter for you. Do I have to...
Your character looks to be getting better. He's making jokes and not worried about his wife's ring in that guy's body.
I was retrieving your...
You mean the
letter.
girl's body? I wouldn't say he's
From time to time.
I'm just answering.
forgetting about it.
Right. Oh.
I think...
The basement hatch is wide open. Maybe you could look into it?
Maybe.
I think he's just trying to forget about it. Not forget about it, not dwell on it. I don't think he's given up on it or anything like
He
that.
delivers letters at this time. It's probably been sat in his office for ages. Just didn't want to move his lazy ass.
Certain parts of this, how he talks and everything, he reminds me of Solid Snake.
So,
Just didn't want to move his lazy
I
ass.
have to place it somewhere
What a
close to the
stupid
table.
asshole. Prepare a table for the machine. Oh.
A considerable collection.
He sounds like Batman to me.
Phew.
Fair enough.
I can finally put this thing down. Alright, just... What? There's no tube? No one's used this for a long time. I apologize to you all once again.
Maybe there's something useful in the social room that can be used as a tube to pump out guts. What is this letter that he's talking about, by the way? He said he put it in my office. Is that the letter he's referring to?
3649. Okay. 3649. 3649. 3749. 3794?
Are you trying to confuse me, buddy? Because that's not working. It's 3649.
These lockers could contain everything we need. Or simply filled with people's crap. Ah, screw it. There might be something in here. Yep. I'm sure I wrote the code down on a piece of paper.
3649.
In my memory for numbers. What do we have here? Boxes of disinfectants, syringes, thread.
No. We're not going to ignore the fact that that dumpster thingy's freaking rattling again. Hang up. You're there. What the hell am I hearing outside that window? Oh, it's on the other side? The window's on this side. No, that sound is coming from inside. Okay. What? What is that noise? Okay. The only other room adjacent to the social room is the bathroom. It's not anything he's doing. It's coming from here. What? I don't... The fuck?
What?
Okay.
Did I imagine something?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. God only knows what the hell's going on here right now. More concerned about the banging sound than anything else, but... Alright, let's look in this.
Oh, some small trinkets. Accessories. Maybe I should take it to the office. Antiseptics. Any other stuff?
That's not antiseptics, that's a watch. Or a clock.
Oh, that's interesting. But here...
The hell is this? Oh.
I wanted to forget.
Another one of his wife's things. Why is he keeping all this stuff at work? I mean, I can understand keeping it at home, but why is he keeping this, like, some of this shit at work?
I regret so much. Every day. Every fucking day. I can't. I can't take it anymore. Oh, God. I can't. How do I... Phone.
Can we not just take the pipe that we need first?
Oh, do not.
Okay.
Just don't think.
Can I duck down? I kind of want to see what's out this window. I guess not. Oh, what? Alright, well, let's just go answer the phone. In my office. Why is this open again? God damn it! Stop opening my windows.
Office of the Medical Examiner, Peatsville.
Oh, Jack. I was hoping to catch you at work.
Hi, Dorothy. How's it going?
Good, thanks. And what about you? You sound tired.
Tiring day at work. That's it.
You scared me last time we spoke.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to cause any trouble and say what I said.
Jack, it's alright. You're not causing any trouble. I'm not surprised at all that.
No, really. I mean it. Sorry. I just... I'm fed up with myself.
You should take care of yourself. Didn't you say you wanted to stay at home longer? To rest? You know I pick up the slack at work.
No, I didn't. I can't. I don't want to be there.
Well, why not consider taking a trip, Jack?
Dorothy, please. I really don't have the energy for this today.
I just wish.
Stop it. Why are you calling?
Reminder about annual drug testing. I figured you probably didn't remember.
Oh, yes. I've, had a lot going on. I, even forgot my own birthday.
Leave your samples at reception on your way home. Someone will pick them up from Ridley in the morning. Probably Steven or someone else at the station.
Sure. I'll try not to forget. Okay, well,
Jack? Try not to do anything stupid, okay? Alcohol, your medication. No, you shouldn't.
I have it all under control. I should be getting back to work.
The results should be in tomorrow. I'll call you when we know.
Right. Thanks.
Goodbye, Jack.
Bye. Annual drug testing. I'll take care of it before I go home. I feel terribly weak. Wake up, Jack. Jesus. I need my pills.
Annual drug testing. I need my pills.
There's been a bit too much going on lately.
That line doesn't seem to mesh up with the other one.
I was supposed to collect the hose.
Annual drug testing. I'd better take my drugs. Rummage through the box. Well, we already know what we need. We don't need to rummage through it again.
Focus on your work, Jack.
Did you just shove that... Did you just shove that tube up your crotch, sir? Probably not the most ideal spot to put it. But if it works for you, I guess, then great.
All right. Here I am. I hope that was the last long break in this session. So, let's connect the tube.
The tube. Set up the... Oh, I guess I have to turn on the pump. That would actually make sense. Set the pump to full speed. Alright. And...
machine.
I would hope so.
This amount of fluid. There's no point in holding back.
Oh, we have to physically do it ourselves. Interesting. Oh, I have to... Okay.
Still a few nooks and crannies left. External examinations did not reveal any tissue defects that would reach the internal organs. So, I expect the organs to be intact. In a way, it's quite extraordinary.
Why aren't you sucking that up?
That even
There
with
we go.
such severe burns, skin, fat, the organs are all present and correct. A reddish pink tint indicates high carboxyhemoglobin levels.
That's how much we
Level
got out of there?
determined
That's
from
almost
sample
full.
blood.
Damn. Alright, select a syringe. And obtain 2 samples for toxicology testing.
I will be inserting needles into the heart and femoral artery.
Syringe.
What interests me here is not the presence of this substance itself, but rather its percentage content of the sample. But first, I'll need the values for the centrifuge.
Oh my god, back again to the office to get the notebook that he always leaves in the
I
office!
feel like I've been here forever.
Maybe don't leave your notebook in the office every damn day, sir. Could we stop doing it? Also, why is this still open? Alright. I'm still hearing that banging.
Focus just a little bit longer.
Yeah. I don't know what that sound is. It's weird. It's definitely not coming from the bathroom. I don't think it's coming from the lab. Alright, whatever. It's not important. Probably just a sound
What was
effect.
recovered from the site of fire may have very different and complex histories.
Carboxyhemoglobin.
Burning is only at the surface.
Alright,
Underneath,
so
it may
notes.
be a heart attack, stroke, or pulmonary
10 minutes at 85%. So 10 minutes. Why is that not... Oh, I have to place the samples, of course. There we go.
This particular case appears quite basic.
10 minutes. 85.
However, I would warn against making a diagnosis too hastily. A fire victim does not always mean death due to smoke inhalation.
Alright, collect the samples from the centrifuge rotor.
The centrifuge has completed its cycle. So, as usual, I will take the samples to the laboratory, and I'll be back with the results shortly. Ugh. What exactly was I supposed to test for?
What a great, and isn't this another live stream that he's doing for his kids or whatever? Not live stream, but recording for his students. And he doesn't even know what he's doing. What a great teacher. This is what we have to do. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I'm just here,
I'll take
functioning.
2 milliliters of each sample.
2 milliliters. And in we go.
Ugh.
Alright, set the pipette to 4 milliliters. And in we go again. Down. There we go. And into the chronograph. What do we got?
Well, confirmed. Death due to carbon monoxide poisoning. Carboxyhemoglobin levels at 84%.
I mean, that would just make sense, though. I mean, a lot of this is kind of common sense, but you still need the evidence because you have to give all this to the police. So it makes sense that. What? Okay.
Did he take that fucking body?
I don't think he took the body.
I think I'm just tired.
No, I don't think that either. Is that window open? No. I think we have a walking body just wandering around.
I don't understand what's going on.
Are you in the bathroom? Did you need to take a poop? Okay. You're not in the bathroom. We will count that off. Are you answering my phone in the office?
I think I'm just tired.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. Given that we've already seen walking corpses in our first stream of this, I wouldn't be too sure of anything at this point. Are you inside the fridge? No.
What's wrong with me?
I don't think anything's wrong. Well, I shouldn't say that. I think everything's wrong with you.
Did you take the body?
What body?
Well, the body. You know, from the autopsy room.
Christ, Hammond. I didn't take any of your bodies.
So who took it?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But I...
Get back to work.
I'll go back to the dissecting room. Maybe I just saw something wrong.
I don't think so. I swear to God, if we go back to the dissecting room and the body's just sitting there. Of course. So he just went out for a morning stroll.
I must have been seeing things. We can now be sure that the carboxyhemoglobin concentration was fatal. The organ has a reddish pink tint, which results from the concentration of COHB and general congestion of the organ. Other than that, I can cross this off my list now.
The organ is congested. High carbon something or other. Carbon dioxide. COHB concentration. No other symptoms of the disease. Alright, so let's exclude heart attack as potential cause of death.
We will look at the lungs more carefully. From the outside, just like the heart, it is congested, and the color indicates poisoning. Thermal damage is visible here and there. Enough of the external exam. It's time to grab the knife and dissect the lungs.
The organ is congested, high COHB concentration.
I need to check for any obstruction,
All right.
burns, or clots.
Let's,
Jesus. Alright. You can see changes in the lung parenchyma caused by burns and smoke inhalation. Nothing new here.
Alright, so that's pretty common. I mean, for the victim.
So let's complete the notes. And let's check the trachea.
The cross-section shows burn lesions in the lung parenchyma. Damage inside the organ caused by inhalation of smoke. Trachea examination.
The color is the same as the rest of the organs. Significant congestion. Let's see what it looks like inside.
The organ is congested with high COHB concentration. Exactly like everything else. I'm assuming that we're going to see like black tar type stuff in the inside.
Final cut.
Or something like that. Possibly. Yeah.
There are visible burns inside, but what catches the eye the most is the amount of soot. Looks like our subject was in the thick of the fire. Let's deal with the final notes, and we're ready to go.
You already said that, sir.
I considered the direct cause of death to be severe carbon monoxide poisoning,
Okay.
leading to extreme
Gas
hypoxia
poisoning.
of the body. The extreme burns of the deceased's body and respiratory tract indicate that he must have been surrounded by fire. During the examination, no other factors were found that could have contributed to the victim's death. Environmental data does not indicate any third-party involvement.
Alright. Inspection of the body showed very severe thermal injuries and a high concentration of carbon monoxide in the body, which led to death. No signs of stroke, embolism, or heart attack. So I'm going to say, ooh. Was it an accident? His hands were bound.
Just need to add my John.
That doesn't seem right. I would say homicide. I would say homicide. Why would it be an accident? Are we forgetting that his arms and legs were all bound together? Or was that done by the police? Oh, if that might have been done by the police, actually. Let's just put down like a random doctor signature. That looks perfect. All over the place. Yep, that's how my doctor signs papers. Exactly like that. Perfect. Alright.
I'll close the body, trying not to damage what's left of the skin. As for stitching, well, it varies. It can be that the fire victims aren't such a... So for this job, a thicker needle and heavy-duty thread. Well, everything's holding together, keeping it together. Well, after storing the body, there's nothing left for me to do. But thank you for your attention. All the best, and good night. Oh, my God. What an exhausting day. I need to get these gloves off and call a taxi. I swear I'm about to pass out from exhaustion.
Call a taxi from the office. That's not the office. Why am I going here? That's not the office.
Oh, fuck. You're in sample. Oh, no. Okay, quick. I think I have a container in the lab or office. Okay, this is it.
I can't grab the container? Oh, okay. It just didn't show the hand. That was weird.
I'm dehydrated. I should drink more water.
Yeah, and probably sleep as well, because you keep on bitching that you're tired. Alright. That's probably why you're seeing all these hallucinations, because you... Oh, wow, I can actually see your face now. It's not behind a freaking newspaper. Call a taxi from the office. What?
Fuck. What's going on here?
Wait, no, the corpse was put into the freezer thingy. Okay. Are you still there? Did you want a seat, Pookie? Do you want to sit down? Alright. Weird. Again, hallucination is what I'm saying. Or ghost. I don't know at this point.
Hurricane Taxi, we will take you wherever the wind takes you.
Hello. I would, like to order a taxi to 574 Presley Street.
Okay, hun. All of our drivers are busy at the moment. Best I can do is within the next hour.
An hour? Oh, no. Alright. Let it be.
Can I take your name?
Jack Hanman.
Okay, thank you. Do you have our loyalty card?
Oh.
Would you like to set one up? We're regular customers, we have discounts and extra...
Would that make the taxi get here faster?
Well...
I thought so. Thank you. Goodbye. This is already giving me a headache. Oh, Jesus, what now? Yes, how can I help you?
Jack, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you do that?
Oh my God! What was that? What the fuck? Fuck. It's because of the fatigue. It's because of the fatigue. I'll take a pill and calm myself down.
Okay, so... Your dead wife is calling you from beyond the grave. That's normal. That happens all the time. Just relax. Relax. Dead people call people all the time from beyond the grave. Kinda.
This was some kind of mistake. An hour here. I need a drink.
No, you don't. Drinking with drugs is a terrible idea. What? You're forcing me to drink alcohol after taking drugs? What kind of a game is this? Remember, kids, don't drink and do drugs at the same time. Prescription meds and whiskey, no less. Lay down on the sofa. Oh. Good night. I'm just gonna overdose on pills and whiskey. I'll be fine in the morning. Chapter 5.
Who's fucking about?
What? Who's fucking about?
Is this... Fucking shits. They went too far this time. What's that?
That would be a brick with blood on it.
Oh God, what's happened? Oh, Mr. Ridley? Oh, fuck. Can't you hear all this commotion?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a pill before I do anything. My eyes are all out of focus again. There we go. Mr. Ridley, did you throw a brick in my window, you son of a bitch?
Are you deaf?
Sure, whatever you say, Hanman.
Why is that even funny? Do I need to bring you the evidence?
Sure, if you have some. Not me. I think you slept too much myself.
Go and see for yourself. I'm going home. The taxi is probably waiting.
The one that left yesterday?
Yesterday? How so?
It's evening. Friday, November 29th, Hanman.
29th of November.
Oh, sorry, I forgot that this was...
Don't worry. I did too. Somehow. I just... Oh my God.
Should I call Dorothy? I've set up the cadaver ready for the autopsy. She should be able to replace you.
No. There's no need. I'd be happier staying here than sitting at home, alone.
Just in case, let me know.
Sure. Thanks.
Hanman.
Huh?
I'm very sorry.
Yeah, me too.
Interesting that his newspaper says Red Pete on the loose. Red Pete is the guy who murdered the main character's wife. So, interesting. Check the pill. I already took pills. What are you trying to make me take them again for? Christ, I'm gonna end up dead in this game.
What happened? I had left for a while to eat dinner.
Oh God, what didn't happen? The body that I was examining, the dude that got burned alive, he just disappeared off the examination table before we could finish doing the autopsy. We had to run around looking for him. We went out to talk to Mr. Ridley about it, and Mr. Ridley's like, I don't know what you're talking about. The body's in the examination room. And so we go back to the examination room, and the body's there again. We finish the autopsy, put the body away, and then because we don't have a car here yet, we went out to Mr. Hanman, and he suggested we call a taxi. We went into our office to go to call the taxi.
Was never dead, lol face with tears of joy.
We went into our room to call the taxi, and we saw the dead body limping across, crawling across the floor. It saw us. It crawled here. It looked right at us, and then proceeded to slink back behind the chair. And we went and looked around the chair, and there was nothing there. Then we called the taxi, and then we passed out here, and we woke up, and it's the next day. So we didn't even get to go home. He passed out at the sofa and had another nightmare. So you missed quite a bit, actually. You can always replay the stream later on if you want to see all that. Check the bathroom for your pills.
Now I gotta rewatch the stream.
Yeah, basically.
I should go to the cemetery later.
It's a really good game. I'm trying to think of Team 17 though. Like,
Forget the most important
what
things
games did they make?
every fucking
I think
time.
they made like No More Heroes and stuff like that.
If only Alice.
No, wait, no, that was. I don't know. I know that they made a bunch of games. Alright. What the hell am I looking at over there? I think this body's even worse than the last one.
It's November 29th.
What the fuck?
1991. The autopsy...
Last
Jesus.
night I was rewatching your Disneyland VR video with Stu, the stuff Stu said, and it was so funny.
Disneyland VR. Oh, Minecraft. Disneyland Minecraft is what you're talking about. Disneyland VR. Look through the information provided in the police folder.
Amber Louvre, 30, tattoo parlor employee. Found in the morning at the sinking road stop on the outskirts of the city.
Alright.
Investigators determined that the victim was most likely dumped close to the nearby forest. She crawled to the bus stop on her own, as evidenced by the traces of blood she left behind.
She crawled to the bus stop while her leg was hacked off and her arm? Interesting.
The body was lying in the grass beside the road, where it was spotted by commuters waiting for the morning bus.
Alright. And the suspect was Patrick Stewart.
According to the information provided by the aforementioned friend, the car belonged to the Hurricane Taxi Network.
Sorry, the PlayStation Dreams one you guys did.
The description of the driver.
Oh, that wasn't... Yeah, that was PlayStation Dreams. That wasn't VR.
The police have been looking for the man since
I mean,
yesterday.
you can play it in VR, I think, but it's not necessary to. Yeah, that one's better, honestly. I like that. That was a really nice PlayStation Dreams game.
The salon testified
Very cool.
that the last time she saw Amber was 2 weeks ago. It was her last day at work before her vacation. At around 9:40 p.m., she left in a taxi for a flight to Amsterdam.
Those are really nice tattoo designs. Not gonna lie, those are actually pretty badass. I'm guessing those were her designs that she was gonna make into tattoos at her parlor. That's pretty cool. Alright,
I guess Picard had enough of working on the Enterprise and decided to kill.
there you go.
Dressing the deceased.
Sounds legit.
The deceased was brought in wearing... Oh my god.
Oh gosh, he thinks it's Alice. It's not Alice, man. Stop.
It's only...
Fucking, you're crazy.
It's so funny, he looks just like him, lol.
I'm so tired.
Mr. Data, I've had enough of serving on board the Enterprise.
Tired.
I'm going to go and hack off some woman's random limbs at a tattoo parlor.
Photographic documentation.
Pick up the photo camera from the desk.
The deceased's...
Now again, all of the pixelation, I just have it on for the purposes of YouTube, so I don't get any trouble from the powers that be at YouTube. But if you actually play this game yourself, if you don't want the pixelation on, you can just go to the settings menu and turn off the nudity sensor. Yeah. I don't know why you would want to look at completely naked dead bodies, but I mean, if you want to, that's fine. Alright.
The deceased is missing her right arm.
Yeah. Amongst other things.
The deceased is caked in dirt and mud. Lots of rough, irregular slashing cuts.
So this is more than likely another murdered victim. Probably by Red Billy, or whatever the hell his name is. That dude that killed our wife.
Also missing her left leg.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of obvious, isn't it? We didn't need a camera to determine that her leg was missing.
The front of the hand is covered with numerous wounds.
Oh, she's got a scar on her forehead.
Extensive hematoma on the victim's forehead.
Alright, and what else? There's
Who
something
knows,
else.
he might have been Locutus of Borg at the time of the crime.
Locutus and Borg. You never know. Hopefully you'll tune into my stream next week when we do the Great Circle, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I mean, I've already beaten the game multiple times on my Xbox, but again, like I said, Xbox doesn't allow you to stream on YouTube, so I'm just gonna stream the entire game, including all side content, on my PS5 instead next week.
You can see that Alice has been through a lot.
Yeah, just a bit. Terrible day at the office, I'm sure. Alright. Let's get everything set up.
Why is she so...
What?
Focus.
What the hell were you gonna say? Why is she so pretty? Yeah, she looks fantastic. I would totally date her. No arm, no legs. What is wrong with this man? Alright. Police data correct, blah blah blah. She's got it. What?
Overall picture is... I'll grab the magnifying glass.
Oh my god, stop talking, please. You're just implicating yourself so much.
Relatively fresh. The deceased could have fallen, or maybe she was struck hard.
What's that red mark on her eyebrow? Is that like blood? And there's the one on her lips. That could either be smeared lipstick or blood. God only knows.
The wounds were stitched up by someone
What?
who knew what they were doing. However, it seems that the sewing was done in a hurry, and quite carelessly at that.
That's weird. What the hell?
Minor redness appearing in several places. There are no signs of internal bleeding, detectable through an internal examination. The wound on the bend of the elbow seems much deeper. I'm wondering about this bruising.
Oops, I didn't mean to put away the...
Both the arm and leg were taken all the way to the joint. The perpetrator used a scalpel.
Ugh.
The cut line itself looks jagged.
Jack the Ripper. Crazy.
These wounds appear to have been caused by crawling across rough ground. How did she manage to... Can't even let me sum this up somehow. This injury could have been fatal for Alice.
What has Patrick Stewart done to this poor woman?
Beamed her up, apparently. A fresh, potentially fatal hematoma on the left side of the frontal bone.
It seems that the perpetrator was very interested in preserving as much skin as possible on the removed limbs.
Right arm removed at the shoulder line. Inflammation at the suture site.
There appear to be no signs of struggle.
Irregularly distributed redness, scratches, and hickeys on the neck and chest. The torso is covered with bruises and wounds of various origins. No signs of internal bleeding.
I assumed that the deceased had a cannula inserted and was groggy the entire time.
Irregular wounds on the inside of the entire arm. A trace of a cannula in the elbow bend.
The stitching doesn't appear fresh. Amber appears to have suffered like this for at least a few days.
Leg removed between the hip bone and femur. The stump is abraded and inflamed.
We do not know the exact circumstances of the wounds, or the conditions in which the deceased was kept.
Relatively deep lacerations and abrasions on the front of the leg.
I believe she had.
Alright, possible cause of death. Let's
Even
just...
though the wounds were stitched closed.
Subdural hematoma.
There are many extensive toxical. It is
I'm just gonna skip past all these.
could have set in. Even if that wasn't fatal, it would
Well, she did crawl to a bus stop.
Body. This is the hallmarks of some sick sexual fantasy.
Sexual?
I will Check the UV lamp.
Are we sure this wasn't caused by a Wookiee? We know they can tear the limbs off of people.
That's funny.
Clues.
She got into a wrestling match with Chewbacca. It's clearly the victim,
Can be,
or the suspect.
Strong and clear traces of tape.
Is that writing? Why did you do it? Do that? What?
Geez, she lived a few days like this.
Not me. Alice.
Why did you do
I
that?
would never. Where are my pills? I need to calm down. Jack.
Oh, okay, so now I know what his pills are. They're anxiety meds. I should have realized that, actually. They're not actually any severe kind of drug. They're just to help him with his anxiety, his PTSD. But the amount of times he takes them is insane. Like, I'm pretty sure by the end of this game, he's going to end up in a mental institution.
Well, we left off. You can see there are traces around the hickeys.
Of course, the writing's gone
Most
now.
likely saliva.
Because it was probably never there to begin with.
More traces of the dramatic fight for survival. Traces of smeared blood from wounds. Oh, Christ. The police will have plenty to do. What should I do now? I should check her brain, and I need a saw. I can't. She's so
Oh my god, just stop. Stop, for the love of Christ, this man.
This will help me.
Yeah, no, just...
If I can find my hard drive.
Hard drive?
I could just take an X-ray. I'll
do you
move
need
these tables away.
What do you need to take an X-ray for?
X-ray machine. Maybe Dorothy should take over for me today.
Yeah, maybe you should stop
My thoughts.
Fuck.
What's going on here? Have I lost my mind?
Yes.
I must have gone crazy. How many pills have I taken today?
Not enough, apparently. Let's take some more. Let's just fucking overdose at this point, because this is ludicrous. You're comparing a dead corpse that doesn't look anything like your wife to your wife. You're seeing photos of your wife in the hallway. Dude, you're gone off the deep end. Hard drive.
Oh, I shouldn't have left it up.
Just cause she looks similar according to him doesn't mean it's her.
Yeah, no, I know, but realistically, I don't think he's going insane. I think it's post-traumatic stress disorder, because it's a year after his wife's death, his wife's murder. So
Huh?
What?
Did you answer your phone?
Telephone? What phone?
We all know.
Huh?
The phone rang a few minutes ago.
I didn't hear anything.
For you to take medicine.
How so?
For you to get results.
Yeah. I'll call them back.
Okay. You just keep reading the paper, sir. You've already been very helpful throughout this entire game as it is. Push the X-ray machine to the autopsy room.
How many cases is it?
So again, what I was saying. So I don't think he's going insane. Sue said that yesterday, that he thinks that he killed his wife, blah, 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 all that stuff. I don't think any of that. I just think that he's got post-traumatic stress disorder, and it's causing him to see hallucinations. The place could be haunted. I mean, it's certainly working on enough dead bodies. Turn on the X-ray machine and put in the hard drive.
Now fire it up.
Where's the... Oh.
I need a detection plate. Without it, I'll just unnecessarily irradiate the autopsy table. Now I have to straight just like that day.
Oh my god, stop! Because you're never gonna let it go. Alright.
Now center it between the eyes at the root of the nose.
Who works at this kind of job with PTSD?
This character, apparently. What am I doing wrong here? I'm pretty sure I'm centering this. Is it just? I'm assuming it just has to be the length of the. Is that not right? Like, what the hell am I doing wrong here? Has to cover the. I am confused. Kaboom. I know I got this. So the panel ends roughly there, I would say. So let's increase. Nope, that's the wrong one. Increase the size. Shit. Now we're too big. So decrease. And then move it up. Then increase. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Frame the head and take the X-ray. Well, I mean, the head... I can't frame the head anymore. It's pretty much framed. Or do I have to, like... frame the whole head?
Okay.
Ah, there we go.
Looks
All right.
good.
Press button on X-ray. Bam.
I thought for sure this whole thing would have tripped the breaker. Alright. I just need to take the hard drive to the left. I'll print the image, and I need to check the frontal bone, crystal galley, aneurysm, internal auditory canals, Alice, ethmoid, frontal sinuses. Why did this have to happen to her?
Oh my god.
The greater and lesser wings of the sphenoid bone, and
Yeah, shut up.
drive connected. Now I can print it. It looks like a good exposure. Why can't I see the wound? I need to look at this in the light box. Strange. Let there be light.
This is gonna trip the fuse, isn't it?
Damn.
Of course it is.
I almost believed that this would come off without a hitch tonight. Off to the storage room I go.
Is the body still in here? Alright. Can never be too sure with this game.
Those flickering lights would drive anyone over the edge.
Does the guy out here not see the lights flickering? Oh, of course he's not here. What are these sounds I'm hearing? Hang on. Okay, so I think that what's his name is in the garage where the coffin is. We just can't see him. He's probably off to the side here doing something, but I don't. Sounds like a whip. All right, try the fuse box in the storage room. Yeah, let's go back and do this.
Now it's all broken, right?
Yeah. So we need.
Don't you wish? I'll need the flashlight and to find Ridley for help.
Oh, good luck with that. Mr. Ridley. So, alright, don't worry. You're gonna be next. Just, I know you're impatient. It's fine. Just I'll be with you in a few minutes.
Oh my god. Why is it that whenever I need Ridley for something, he magically disappears into the ether? I'll start the generator in the shed.
That's true. The only time he ever gets up is when you actually need him for something. Whenever you need him, he's nowhere to be seen. But then, whenever you don't need him and he's just there to harass you, he's always around.
Right. And the keeper of the keys has left his post. God, I haven't even started the dissection yet. Fuck it. I'm gonna get a hammer.
A hammer? So you're just gonna smash down the door?
What if Ridley is the killer of all the victims, including your wife?
I thought of that. I actually thought of that. Because
Or just a little.
when we talked to him about, you know, all 4 of my tires being slashed, he's like, well, these things kind of happen, Hammond. It's like, what?
Oh, there's a hammer.
Maybe you ran over something. Like, no. My tires were all popped, and the evidence was right beside it, the screwdriver. Oh, good God.
God damn it.
That is not...
It's actually holding up.
Good God, I hate mini games like this. "60 years later." Oh my God. There we go.
Something new in this shithole. Now what? Something's missing here? Some kind of switch? Or a crank?
Locate the generator crank. Oh, great. I don't know where the generator crank is. I wouldn't even know where to look. Is it in here? Nope, that is an empty suitcase. As to why it's in here, who knows? I feel like the generator crank isn't even in there. Where would it be? Would it be down here? Hello, Mr. Generator Crank, are you down here? What if I just use an office chair? I am... Okay. I am not seeing... I'm definitely not seeing anything. That's a great spot for propane. Just dangling off the side of a shelving unit that's barely even sitting on the ground, about to fall over. That's fantastic. That's where I would store my propane, especially in a fucking wooden shed. Who's down here drinking? Is this where Mr. Ridley goes whenever he's vanishing? He just sits down here with whiskey and stares at the propane about to fall off the shelf? Okay. I don't think it's the crank is here either. It would help if, you know, Mr. Ridley was fucking around. I should see if he's back. I'm gonna look in that window. See if he's back. Maybe we can ask him where the crank is. No, of course not. If I can't find this,
I'm the only one talking in chat tonight.
well, nobody else is. I mean, there's people watching, I think, but they're just not active in the live chat, and that happens. I mean, I don't mind if people lurk, if they're too shy to talk or whatever. That's fine. Not everybody has to chat. The hell was that noise?
Not even Stu.
Oh, Stu. I don't think he's even here tonight. I think he's. I sent him a PM with the link to the video and to the live stream, and I think he's away, and that's fine. I mean, I don't care. Like, if people want to watch the videos after the fact, they're allowed to. I mean, I'm not fussy about that. I don't know where this crank is, though. I think I might have to cheat and use the Googler. Because I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't even know what the crank looks like. I think I'm just looking for like a little metal bar. But bathroom? No, why would it be in the bathroom?
Only useful when I need to clear leaves from the gutters. But why in the bathroom?
I don't... Ask Mr. Ridley, the guy who fucking does nothing, apparently. What? Why is there so many ladders everywhere? It's not in there. This is my office. I doubt the crank's gonna be in here. That doesn't even make any sense. What's... Swim with turtles. Okay. How to break out of this vicious cycle? Oh, alright.
I work with corpses, but I don't have to smell like one.
He just keeps all of his toothpaste and everything at work? That's kind of weird. I don't need to look at that. What are these videos? Jane Doe Autopsy, Holiday Trip 1990. Wedding ceremony.
Archives. Just as lifeless as the corpses they concern.
Yeah, I don't think... It doesn't make any sense for the crank to be in here. It really doesn't. So, that leaves... the lab? And... I definitely can't picture the crank being in the lab. That doesn't make any sense. And then the... All right. Is the video camera still... Wait, where is the video camera? Okay, alright. I'm assuming that once we fix the fuse box, he's going to come in and realize that the video camera's missing. Unless... the video camera's back in the... Well, that doesn't make any sense. Unless... I guess we never set up the video camera. Alright, let's look this up, because I am confused. So let's do a quick look here on the Googler. See if we can find where the crank is for the generator. Crank for generator autopsy simulator. This is so weird. I can't find anything on this crank. What chapter are we on? I can't even remember. 5, I think. So I examine the generator. Everyone turn on the light. Alright, so I think from this generator, this walkthrough is poorly written. but I think from what I'm reading, the crank is outside in the shed. And this is the only walkthrough I found for the game so far. So this walkthrough is translated from Swedish, so it says that... The hell is that? Oh!
Yes, I think this will work.
Alright. Apologies for that, guys. So let's
Fits.
do this.
Alright, now just to crank it up. Something wrong? Great, it started. Not for long. Oh man, maybe it's low on fuel? Empty. Sure would make a nice decorative ornament for the garden, though.
Oh, for Christ's sakes! Now we don't have any fuel. Oh.
Empty.
Oh, for Pete's sakes! Do you just keep empty fuel containers everywhere? What is with this place? All right. Where else did we see some fuel? The basement? The fuck is that? That's the picture that I... Wife killer? That's the picture that I sent to the girl at the beginning of the game that she said she never got. So it was stored in a coffin here. That's not suspicious at all. Okay. So where is this fuel? Because I swear to God I saw fuel down here. Oh, there it is.
Finally.
Alright.
I'll just start this thing and call Dorothy. I think I've had enough. I shouldn't even be here.
You're not going to finish the autopsy that you were starting until the power went out? Doesn't make any sense. That sound effect was so fake. It sounds like he was just pouring a glass of water.
I guess that's enough.
Just having a little cup of tea.
So we can to add
Why
to the
not?
action. At least it started. Who's there?
It's just me, Jack.
The fuck?
My head. What just happened? What the fuck?
Why is he tied up?
Who tied me up?
It's only for a moment. Sorry, man.
Steven? What the fuck do you mean?
Think I hit you too hard with that shovel.
Oh, haha, great fucking joke.
The cop?
Untie me now. I don't have the energy for your shitty games.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
It's the cop. What the fuck?
I don't understand.
I would have not suspected him as the killer, ever.
What do you mean? This has got to be some kind of mistake.
You, and your moaning, you and your problems. You're not the victim here.
But...
Shut up! Can you shut your mouth for just one fucking second? To me, you are just a murderer.
But... What?
What, knocked down? You thought I didn't know anything?
I don't have any idea what you're talking about! Steven!
My poor sister. Even now, you can't muster up any courage, any honesty. You disgust me. I suspected you from the beginning. As soon as I found out that That Alice is dead. I knew it was you. Tumors, aneurysms, unexplained circumstances. Who are you trying to fool? For God's sakes, you're a doctor!
David, no. It doesn't work like that.
Shh! I haven't finished talking. Why did you lie, Jack? Why didn't you say anything? You confessed! I knew I had to do something about it myself. Any of this making any sense yet? Threats? A ring? Photos? Red Pete on the loose? He died in that accident, by the way.
You sick fuck.
Yes, I am! You've no clue just how much. Oh, I'm on some fantastic fucking drugs for it. Only, I've been slipping them to you. I was hoping to break you down, that you'll be pushed into doing something drastic to yourself, and I'll just stand there and watch.
Her tumor was incurable.
That's a filthy lie.
This... It was only a matter of time.
Again, lying!
I saw the scans.
You know what? I think I've had enough of your bullshit.
All right. Okay. I lied, but hear me out. We had an argument that day. Worse than usual. I was drunk. And I was angry. There was a fight. I pushed her. I pushed her against the wall. She hit her head and... She fell. Yes. Just like that. Limp and lifeless. I panicked. I thought... I don't know. I didn't think at all. I was afraid I had caused it. That someone will accuse me. That it'll be the end of my career. When I called an ambulance, it was too late. Way too late.
It wasn't an accident.
And then I lied. I said that's how I found her.
I know you were the killer.
With her. And now...
Well, not necessarily.
It goes by that I don't think about it. Everything.
He pushed
This
her.
whole year. Just...
If anything, I think this guy is more of a killer than my character is.
Since that day.
Fuck, here we go again.
Steven's more psychotic. I mean, he gave you fake pills and
Now,
what?
you have
It's
the nerve
crazy.
to lie.
Steven, I'm sorry. I suffered too.
It wasn't an accident. You understand now? Someone has to pay for this.
What's going on here? Steven dropped the gun.
It's none of your business, Sean. Leave and forget you saw anything.
Steve, you know I can't do that.
Mr. Ridley, please, run!
Shut up!
You know I'll shoot if I have to.
Well, in that case, that makes two of us.
Steven, no!
Why? That's how the game... Oh my god! That's how it ends? Okay. So... that was Autopsy Simulator? What was that ending? Okay. I don't know what to think about that. That's... That was an interesting ending. Alright. Can I skip the credits? Alright. Okay. So... Yeah, that ending was kind of strange. I'm guessing that they killed each other? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, that was Autopsy Simulator on the PS5. This game came out a couple of days ago. It came out last year for the PC over Steam, and only recently on console during the month of April. So anyway, it's a really cool game. I enjoyed it. The ending, not so much. I thought the ending was kind of lame, at least to me. But all in all, throughout the game, I definitely enjoyed the attention to detail when you're performing the autopsies, as well as just the ghostly hallucinations and all that cool shit. Honestly, a really good game. Now, Autopsy Only mode will probably do at some point in the future, but Autopsy Only mode is basically Autopsy Simulator, where there is no horror, there is no story, it's just you doing autopsies and getting graded on them. Kind of cool, I guess, educational-wise, but nowhere near as interesting as the story mode that we just did. So anyway, that's that for tonight. Thank you very much to James for tuning into tonight's live stream, and everybody else watching after the fact. It's always greatly appreciated. If you guys like what you see, consider liking and subscribing. I cover PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, PC, and VR games. And yeah, check any missed streams out in the playlist section. As well, check out the Pirates of the Geek Vortex podcast in the playlist section if you missed any of our podcasts where we discuss the latest in movies, TV shows, board games, video games, basically everything nerdy. And that's it for me tonight, guys. So in a couple of days, I'll be back with another stream of some kind. And the next week, on Tuesday, we'll be going into Indiana Jones and the Great Circle on the PS5. So check that out as well when we do that. And until then, guys, have a wonderful night and a wonderful rest of your week. And I'll be back probably on the weekend, maybe Saturday or Sunday, and we'll do another stream of some kind. But until then, have a good one, and we'll see you soon at the Gamer's Grotto. Take care once again, have a wonderful night, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in a couple of days for another stream. And again, next week, for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle on the PS5. Take care.